Where is Freddy at, though? There's Bonnie on the right side. There's Chica. When? You can't be serious. I was doing so good. When was Freddy there? Hey there, and welcome back to 5 Nights at Freddy's in real time, where we're going to be doing 420 mode, hopping right in. That's pretty much the last thing we need to do aside from Night 7, and since we don't have Night 7 available, this is pretty much what we're stuck with. So, that's why we're getting straight into the mix of things. Now again, strategy-wise, just have to focus on Freddy and Foxy, alright? While constantly making sure that my left and right views are clear, you know, no Bonnie, no Chica. This isn't nearly as, I think honestly it would be a lot more challenging in the original FNAF 420 mode compared to this, because in 420 mode you had to be really careful with Bonnie and Chica. Here it's not really so worrying. Oh, hold on, there we go. Here I don't think I have to be as worried, because again, with Bonnie and Chica, they're not really here as often, or well, that's what I mean to say. With Bonnie and Chica, I don't have to constantly check the lights for them, right? I can literally see them clear as day. So it's not as worrying to be like, oh, are they possibly at my door? All I have to do is look in the direction and I'll know. Now, what could make this very tricky, right, is the camera switches. Right, the camera switches where, you know, literally they'll switch cameras around, which could disorient me. Now, alright, so Freddy's at my right. Let's also not forget Foxy. Alright, Freddy should be gone. That's another issue. Well, I could do that, but yeah, that's a potential issue. If I open the door while Chica is indeed there, that could lead to an issue. So yeah, aside from 420 mode, still trying to figure out, I guess, what else is happening within the story, because we still haven't seen Brother, right? Even though we're pretty much almost done with everything. And, you know, Donovan's dead. There's like a weird prototype Chica type character, which is weird. Not sure what to make of. Damn it. I didn't think he was already there. I thought he would still be moving around. Freddy's retreating. Not sure. Oh, so is Bonnie. Not sure if it's safe to open the door. It is. Where's Freddy at? Also, the cameras haven't done their switching gimmick. Is that just not active at all during this night? Instead, we just get hallucinations, it seems. Chica's showing up on the left. I mean, if they're not doing the switching hallucinations, or like the switching mechanic that Freddy does, I guess that's fine. Freddy's on the left. Alright, let's see. Did they both leave? Sure looks like it. Chica's on my left. There's Chica. Freddy showing up on the right. I mean left. There's Freddy. I keep triggering the cameras way too often. Close that. Alright, Freddy's gone. Honestly, power-wise, it is kind of tough. We're at 55%, still 2 AM. Bonnie's showing up on the right. Wait. Bonnie just left, so let me not do anything yet. They're both leaving. Meanwhile, Freddy showed up on the left. Freddy left. Hold on. Alright, Freddy's staying away. I think we might be close to reaching 4 AM. This is good. Foxy hasn't showed up yet. Freddy showing up on the right. Come on, 4 AM. Show me 4 AM. Oh. Alright, that's Chica. That's... Alright, that's Freddy. Not sure if Bonnie's there. I don't want to open... I think I'd be good now. Yeah. Chica's coming back. And so is Freddy, so Freddy's on the right side. Alright, Chica and Freddy left. Alright, they all left. I need to turn 5 AM. Come on, turn 5 AM. Come on. This is a really good run. Chica's coming back. Hold on, I don't know where he is. Alright, everyone left. Where is Freddy at, though? There's Bonnie on the right side. There's Chica. When? You can't be serious. I was doing so good. When was Freddy there? What? That's crazy. Freddy wasn't there when I checked the camera. Shoot. Chica on my left. I mean right. Chica and Bonnie on my right. Chica left. Oh, they're all on the right. Okay. Oh, what the hell? That was an unexpected screen. They all screwed off though. Chica on my left. Closed door. No idea where Freddy's at. Again, Freddy's on my left. No on my right. Remember, Freddy is on the left. Close. Bonnie on the right. Okay. Bonnie is there. There's Bonnie. Chica arrived on my left. Chica left. All that's left is Freddy, who is on my left, Bonnie on my right. Freddy on the left. There you go. Definitely a lot easier than original FNAF. I know for a fact they don't expect you to do this. There has to be something we can do. What about the catalog? Cutscenes. There's 3 cutscenes we can buy, right? Maybe we need to buy the cutscenes. Okay, let's try that. So commercial time number 1, commercial time number 2, and Donovan's recording number 2. So let's go to the first commercial. Let's see what we have.
Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, for kids and grown-ups alike.
Hooray!
You've never seen them move like this before.
We know how you kids love to visit and play here at Freddy's, so we opened up all new attractions.
That's right, a brand new prize corner. And, drumroll please, we are reopening Pirates Cove.
Yar! It's been a while, me mateys. Are you ready to get some booty? That's be treasure, you know. Still broken though. Lost it crack and took some of me hide.
No one cheered for him.
Tell me get revenge. Are you ready, kids?
I can't hear you. Jesus. Oh. And me. And what about the second commercial?
Also, I hear that some of you kids get creative when you're spending your day at Freddy's.
Starting next week, we're hosting monthly drawing competitions.
I think this is part of the monitor tapes as well.
Unlimited refills and free sides for a month.
And you can come visit us at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Okay, they showed Brother in the middle of that. Now, we have Donovan's second recording, which was 4 days, well, yeah, 4 days after the first one, on the 17th.
Okay, so it's been a few days now. Things have been more complicated than ever before. After my last report, I emailed a Fazbear Entertainment employee location manager. During conversations, we have devised and developed a plan to take down Freddy Fazbear and the pizza robot.
That sounds...
The manager, FNAF, has also heard and seen strange things at his location.
FNAF.
Not just Freddy's, it's all of them.
Yeah.
Corporate. Together, we can go against Fazbear Entertainment and take them all down.
And now, how did that go
Turns
for you?
out, not only were there 2 locations in the 80s, but there was a whole nother missing child incident at the main location, only weeks after the mysterious death of the co-founder, William Afton, the man behind the animatronics, the man behind
You.
the murders.
Imagine.
Using my experience as a technician, I could modify the tablet to establish a wireless connection to take the tablet anywhere. See, there I am. Donovan Sheehan is on the case. I mean, I technically couldn't actually see the cameras then, but for future Donovan, meaning me, Donovan, me, FNAF, and the police could get a bird's eye view of the pizzeria. Now, look at this. See what I was talking about? Until last night, they... Why, there a mouse?
Oh yeah, there's a mouse cursor. I remember this.
I didn't switch to that camera.
This is someone else using the camera now.
I think someone followed me home.
You can see the reflection just barely. I mean, that's scary. Home invasion stuff is scary. It's like any thought of it. So, I am still missing something, right? What am I missing? Maybe if I switch to Donovan? Does that maybe unlock Night 7 somehow? Oh, wow. After the Night 7 final cutscene, your game will enter finale mode to turn back time and go back to regular save file, enter settings, and revert back to reset Night 7. Are you sure you want to continue? So, there is actually a huge controversy. Huge, I'm kind of overselling it. But there was some drama, or, well, controversy is more accurate, right? Regarding this, because initially, what would happen is they gave a warning like this, but they said that after doing the Night 7 final cutscene, you can't go back to regular gameplay. You pretty much get stuck in like it's like what's that term in games, right? Like the point of no return. You know, all the warnings games give you are like, oh, this is the point of no return. Once you go through, once you do this, there's no going back to this, yada yada yada. And the developers got a lot of flack for that, and I think in a way rightfully so, because there's no real reason to do that in this game, in a fan game especially. I mean, in general, like, very rarely do points of no return actually make sense to have in games, right? But in this case, right, because like usually points of no returns for games don't lock you out of content necessarily. They just more like a world change, right? You know what I mean? Because certain events happen in the game. But in this case, they were literally locking you out of content essentially, just for beating the game, which is kind of weird. I mean, they technically still do that, but they give you the opportunity to go back if you want to, right? Which I think it should have been like this from the very start. I don't know why they thought it would be okay to do this without an opportunity to go back beforehand when the game initially launched. But what matters is that they made the changes. We have the opportunity, but we pretty much have done everything, right? We don't really have anything to do with the avatar. We got everything in the catalog and literally watched everything else. So let's go on to Night 7, where it looks like we're actually gonna meet Brother, right? Honestly, I expected way more from this character in the game in general. We only gonna see him this one night, it seems like.
I was broken my whole life.
Oh.
But now I can see mine's coming to an end. I thought this could be some sort of purpose, a sort of difference against him. But
there
things
they go.
Change. And so do people. They warp, they turn, they twist. They're broken into the shape of a monster with jagged edges, bruises and scars, and infinite memories of a dream that couldn't happen. The existence of your death being a myth, a conspiracy, just a theory. I'm not a daughter. I'm a brother to many, a brother to most. The stage is empty. Their seats are cleared. Their servers are broken, forever tucked behind the curtain. Their building is rotten. Their parts are deteriorating. And after one last night, the game is over. No more songs, no more sleep, forever tucked away by the darkness. There's no one left to save them. There's no one left to save me.
Oh, so it was literally just a final cutscene. Well, unfortunately, I literally don't know what to take from that at all. Not sure. We'll get back to that in a bit, I think. But so far, great job to everyone that worked on the game, right? At the very least, I think from a gameplay aspect, right, the game definitely, you know, stood out the most there. In terms of story, I find it a little lacking. Just because, I don't know, I mean, nothing... I mean, aside from the stuff that we saw in the cutscenes, I mean, I don't know, I feel like there could have been more from a story aspect. I'm not sure. And that ending from Brother, I mean, like, let's take a look at what he said, right? He said that he's not a daughter, or, well, I don't even know. Brother said that, you know, not a daughter, but is considered a brother to many. I don't know if that's supposed to suggest that... I don't know, that's such an odd, like... That's weird phrasing, right? I guess the question is the spirit inhabiting, or is the spirit that is known as brother, like, originally a daughter, right? Is that why they say I am no longer I am not, like, just a daughter, but I'm actually considered to be a brother? Right, I don't know what exactly that's supposed to mean, because it's like they say that, but they don't explain why they're considered that, right? So it's like, it's a weird phrase. I'm gonna go back and take another look at that final cutscenes to see if I can actually understand what's being said, like, at the moment, because I was just trying to let the cutscene, like, sit on its own. I don't know, I'm not sure, and I don't know, because this game, you know, one of the big selling point of selling, so, like, I'm so used to talking about selling points with games, but, you know, this is a free game, obviously, but my point is, one of the big aspects about this, you know, FNAF remake is this sequel storyline, right? This storyline that takes place 10 years after the events of when normal FNAF happens, right? This is in 2003, right? 10 years after when FNAF normally takes place, right? At this point in time, Afton is already in the suit. He's disappeared ages ago, right? We already know this. There was a missing children's incident. Wait, this is new. This was locked, because this was credits, but this is new. Wait. They listen to him for some reason. He gets up. Who's trespassing? I think this is also part of the Monitor series, by the way. Very strange. This leads to the office, right? Yeah. We go in the office. There's Brother on the floor, looking at a picture. I forgot about that. See, it's like now I'm looking at this again, but it's like I don't even remember who did the trespassing. Alright, so originally I was going to go into this whole segment about this game's story and my frustrations with it, but there's no way for me to make that segment for this video without this video being like 40 plus minutes or maybe even 50 minutes. I have a lot to say about this game's story, so I think I'm just going to dedicate a whole video to that instead, because I have a lot to say about this game's story and my criticisms of it, to say the least, and I think it's only fair to give appropriate time to that instead of trying to rush through and skip as much as possible. So I'll leave that for another time. All I can say right now, you know, is that the story is not what I expected. That's all I'm going to say for that right now. But of course, with all that said, I hope you did enjoy. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know you're enjoying the content and want to see more of it. The game will be in the description below as always. And with that said, I'll see you in another video. Take care.